Charge Way podcast, welcome back. Today we are talking bench press and we are looking forward to adding this into the program and seeing it, frequently sprinkled throughout the year. And we thought, as it's an exercise that, one, we're adding into our program, and two, almost anyone who's even walked into a gym anywhere is familiar with it as an exercise. We thought that it might be nice to have a bit of a chat about it. As always, I'm joined by my co-host, Ash. Ash, how are you today?
I'm really good, Ed. How are you?
I'm good. I'm excited to talk and learn about the bench off you. And why don't we just get stuck in? I think there's no time for small talk when bench is online. So Ash, we're benching. I guess the question that I think is fair enough that people have sort of asked is like, hey, why now? Like, what are we seeing as a reason to add the bench press at this point in time, given that it hasn't been part of the programming for a few years?
Yeah, it's a really good question. And honestly, there's many answers. But maybe the first one was variation is the reason why we're putting in right now. It's really nice to own different exercises, get really good at different exercises, and then do exercises in a way that they have a lot of carryover to other exercises and life. And it's time to bring bench back. And one reason why we are bringing it back is because we've really been studying bench. We've been looking into different techniques. We've been guinea pigging ourselves on this. Like I've been doing bench for the last few months and really looking to different styles of doing this. And we're just trying to find the best way to do this exercise to make people stronger and not hurt their shoulder joints, which is a common thing that does happen with bench. Because I mean, look, with unbalanced bench work, for example, you can get really strong in the front of your body. Then that can change up your posture and change up the way that your shoulder sits in your body. And it's generally bad news. And it's not like better fitness because everything turns into a problem. Like one other reason with bench is that there is actually quite a bit of pushing in the front of your body in CrossFit. And we have been able to get people very strong in that through a lot of gymnastics movements like dips, different versions of push-ups. We do heaps of burpees. Like there's plenty of work this way. And that's why we didn't think it was that important to always have it. But now we've really seen that if we do bench press in the best way possible, which is the way we're going to teach all the charges, is that there's going to be a huge ability to like level up our connection and being able to integrate the upper body with our lower body. And it's bench done in certain ways can almost be like a push press where you get to really use the whole body to get strong. And I'm excited to bring that to everyone and we'll reap the rewards on that.
Yeah, that's great. I guess you sort of answered my second question, which was, why haven't we done it previously? And what you've just said, I guess if I remove it away from bench press specifically, is something that we feel really strongly about is making sure that what we program, we feel confident that it's going to be really beneficial for our members' fitness. And we have at times, both Ash and I, seen bench press cause some problems for a good chunk of people for the reasons Ash mentioned. And based on that, we just didn't feel comfortable programming it, knowing that, hey, this was the result that we got if we over-programmed it. And it was on us to go do some learning about it, go consider where it fits in. And now we feel we've done that work and can bring it back and do so really intelligently. Ash, I might share that on sort of like CrossFit seminars, there's no bench press and we do the overhead series. And one of the questions we often get is, what's the benefit of the overhead press in comparison to the bench press? And look, they're different patterns, they're different planes, and that variation makes them both beneficial. So one thing the overhead presses do, like the shoulder press, like the handstand, is that they promote a degree of flexibility that the bench press doesn't necessarily promote in terms of shoulder flexion overhead. But one thing we're really conscious of, Ash, as we program bench is making sure that we do make it work for all different types of people, be it the inflexible person who's really strong, the flexible person who's not so strong. Do you want to speak to that a little bit?
Yeah, Ed, 100%. So, okay, when we program for our community, we squint and we try to picture everyone, like, and maybe we, in some ways, we can see maybe 3 different types of people. But let's talk about 2 of them in particular. So there's people that are yogis, we call them. They don't need to be doing yoga, but some people are more flexible than others. And maybe more females are more flexible than men, stereotypically. But there's people that are more flexible, and then there's people that, like, we refer to as office workers or bodybuilders, and they're people that are a bit tighter. It doesn't mean you work in an office, doesn't mean you do bodybuilding. It's just more like we've got the tight people and we've got the really flexible people. And look, the third person is anyone that's got any injuries. And look, as humans, as adults, injuries happen, and people bring the injuries into the gym and start training with us. But we need to be very conscious on how we train those people. So we've got those 3 different types. And with bench, there is ways of helping every one of those people. And that's where it's important. So, for example, the more flexible people, we want them to use a barbell, so then they can really, like, strengthen their structure and get some good tension in their shoulders and learn how to strengthen that and how to use that to apply that to other movements in the day, like a burpee, like a push-up, like a lot of things. So they're going to be using a barbell. The people that are tighter, we'd like them to use dumbbells. So then they get a deeper range of motion to open up the shoulders in the bottom and at the top too. We really get to push and protract, and they're not connected. So they get the benefit of a little bit more unilateral strength. And then injured people, most likely that we'd be looking at dumbbells for them too, because often injuries, not always, but they could be related to, look, strength imbalances unilaterally from one side to the other, and all aspects like that. And this is a way of trying to realign the body, you could say.
Yeah, that's really nice, Ash. And it's good to understand that, there's a lot of different people in our gym. So it's like, how does an exercise make sense for, all those different people and all those different types of people? Little tweaks and trying to be intelligent about the way that we apply it. We're looking forward to it making an appearance, Ash. Perhaps we should just also talk about what type of rep scheme we're hitting in the early parts and what the intent behind that is.
So we're going to be hitting some higher rep schemes. Like, we're looking at 8s, 5s, and 3s. And the whole point of that is, look, a bit more strength endurance, you could say. But also, we want to build a foundation. Like, before we need to hit maximal 1RMs, which are cool to do, and also useful, we want to really build a foundation and learn this technique. And a lot of people would not be benching with the technique that we're going to be teaching. It's just going to be some slight tweaks, nothing too crazy, but it's something that's going to make you stronger in the long run. But you have to really learn how to do it. And the higher reps will actually be more chances to learn and practice the push press quality that we want in the bench, and the connecting of the core quality that we're looking for, and broad shoulders. It's going to be good.
Very cool. I think ain't nothing to it but to do it now. So you're going to see bench really appearing in this cycle. And then, like, exactly as we always do for charges, we're going to observe what the results are from this. If we just get some kick-ass strength gains and some really healthy shoulders, then we'll know that we're on a good thing. If we see some results that require us to make some adjustments, then we will. But we're really confident this is going to be a huge success and a big part of the program moving forward. Want to go bench now, Ash?
Let's go bench, Ed.
All right, guys. See you on the bench. Thanks, Chargers. Catch you next time.
See ya.